Hello, it is Sunday, fun day, July 3rd, 2022. Steve Sipress here, Independence Day Eve here in the U.S. So we have the red, white, and blue rhino. Actually, we have the entire, well, we got the red, white, we got the American flag cup. We got the American flag shorts. If you can see them on the angle. And we have the new American flag. So if you've been following along, I mentioned about a week ago during the monsoon season here, high winds, we had a new flag that I thought would be fantastic because it was big and heavy. And man, this will last. The last one was getting tattered around the edges from whipping around in the wind. It was a standard 3x5 flag. Well, this one I saw is 4x6 and really heavy. And what happened one night is the wind actually tore the entire flagpole out of the ground, up in the air, and landed on the ground. So if you paid attention months ago, I showed how I had dug this hole for the flagpole and just put the pole into the dirt. No cement, no nothing, just put it in foot deep in the dirt. Really, we have really hard dirt here in Arizona. That's why there's no basements. Everything is just rock and very, very hard ground. So I thought that would be fine, which it was with the light 3x5 flag, but with the big, heavy 4x6 flag, man, it was bending. The pole was bending over, and then actually tore it. The whole thing popped it up out of the ground. So now, today, I have redone the flag, and we can see down here. Oh, well, now you see the old red, white, and blue shorts, and we see that there they are. The old red, white, and blue shorts. But now we see that we have cement that has filled up the hole and is fairly dry and ought to be ready for tomorrow to put the new flag that we now have on the pole, awaiting to go 15 or 20 feet high or whatever it is, into the flagpole holder in cement now, a foot deep. That ought to keep it during the monsoon, although we will tell in the coming months. So, you always hear me say to business owners, you got to concentrate on human behavioral psychology, why people say and do things. That will help you immensely in your sales, your marketing, and your advertising, and getting all caught up on one side or the other or what people are saying and getting all bent out of shape. I mean, you can do that as a hobby, but it's not going to help you at all in business. Excuse me, only about 110 out here. And so, I'm always saying, like in sports, in entertainment, in politics, I don't care who you root for. One side, the other side, doesn't matter who wins in the long run, even in the short run, really. It really pretty much doesn't matter. Even in politics, which side wins, and they overturn this, or they're going to do that, or they're going to... There's always actions you can take to combat anything these politicians do. So if you're one of those people that gets deranged on either end of the thing, again, that's okay as a hobby. When it comes to business, you got to always ask the question, why? Why did this person come out and give obviously false testimony? Why did the January 6th committee people not interview the actual people she was telling the story about? She wasn't in this vehicle that supposedly Donald Trump. I mean, I've been following this guy's antics. I'm from New York. I've been following his nonsense for about 50 years, fairly closely. It was in the papers every day. I mean, if you could possibly not be sick of the guy. If the election was only in New York, he'd never get elected to anything. But people that don't know him real well, I guess he's got a lot of fans. But anyway, never once in the 50 years, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not heard of this guy getting physical with anybody ever in 50 years. He does all his bullying with words and with power. He doesn't bully people physically. I've never heard of him. I mean, he's even had like 3 wives and thousands or hundreds or thousands of disgruntled business partners he's screwed in deals and all kinds of things he's done. And then in politics, but I've never heard of him even slapping anybody or grabbing anybody. You'd think you'd hear about it. It's Donald Trump, right? Never heard. Secondly, I don't think the guy has driven a vehicle in 50 years. Takes limos everywhere, helicopters, jets, planes, his personal 750. Doesn't drive anywhere. By what stretch of any imagination would he ever grab a steering wheel and suddenly go, for the first time in 50 years, I'm going to start driving somewhere without being able to step on the gas? I'm going to drive without being able to step on the gas. That's how amazing this guy is. People really believe that. So you have to think, obviously false. Obviously the committee could have interviewed the people who were actually there that this witness named. So why didn't they? That's what you want to think about. Why did they put this person on the stand? There's a whole bunch of positive reasons of why they did it. It's having a tremendous effect. There's actually millions of people that believe the obviously unbelievable nonsense this person was saying on the stand. It's doing tremendous damage. I hesitate every time I say it's doing tremendous damage to Trump, because every time I say that, nothing seems to matter and the guy keeps winning and succeeding anyway. But I see people getting bent out of shape one way or the other. This shows how unfit Trump is, or this shows how anti-Trump the committee is. Look, who cares? The point is, why? Why did this person come on the stand? I've seen some interviews that, she was disgruntled because she wanted to, Trump was about to hire her for a job at Mar-a-Lago after he left office. And then someone informed him that she was not good news. She was a leaker. She had integrity issues, whatever. He didn't hire her. Did she go berserk because of that? Did the committee say, we'll just put out this obvious falsehood because people will believe it and it'll damage the guy anyway, and that's our goal? Or did they do it to bait these Secret Service people coming onto the stand because they're like, I'll come on the stand and say that never happened? And then, Raskin and Schiff and these there's attorneys on the committee. They know better than not to interview the actual person when there's a hearsay story. Somebody comes in with a cockamamie hearsay story, you just say, let me interview the guy. But this way they might be saying, this will get the guy on the stand. Otherwise Secret Service people would say, I'm not testifying, everything is executive privilege and I never say anything that goes on inside the president's office or limo or plane or helicopter or whatever. Well, if they volunteer to come on the stand just to say that obviously false story was obviously false, Schiff and Raskin and the rest of them win. They got him on the stand. Oh, by the way, okay, all right, so that was false. But by the way, we just happen to have another few questions. And then even though they're not going to answer them, that'll leave the ability of all the anti-Trumpers and the committee, which are anti-Trumpers, to say, wow, look how nervous that Secret Service agent said when he said he wouldn't answer the question. Or look how he fidgeted in his seat. How worried he was, or how evasive. What didn't he want to say? How come he was afraid to? So there's so many reasons that this could have happened, but to get hyped up about it one way or the other, whether see, Trump is good, Trump is bad, committee's good, the committee's bad, that's not where the money is. The money is in figuring out the motivation, why people say and do things. Trump, all the anti-Trumpers, all the pro-Trumpers, whatever, all the Supreme Court justices, all the rioters and the looters, and it's all about figuring out the motivation so you can figure out and get better at what motivates people, so that you can motivate more people to perform better when they work for you, to buy more of your stuff, to do whatever it is that you want people to do. And that's what we're all about here. Every time I'm saying a message here, it's always to business owners, and it's always to help you out with your advertising, marketing, sales, with growing the revenue and the profits in your business. And that'll do it for Sunday Fun Day on July 4th Eve. I will catch you back here again tomorrow on the holiday. No mail is being delivered here in the U.S. That doesn't stop it from being Direct Mail Monday. I have a postcard that arrived in my mailbox last week that I'm going to share and tell a little story along with it. So I will catch you tomorrow on Direct Mail Monday. Thanks for being here today. Over and out. Bye-bye.